morning, everyone. Welcome to Honolulu. I hope everyone's having a great Saturday morning or afternoon or wherever it is, whatever it is where you are. Good morning, Keith. Morning. How are you? No, I haven't seen anything over here. Just 737s and 717s already. I got here about 6:15. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I heard. It'll probably leave. If it leaves, it'll probably leave on the other side, though. Yeah. Good morning, Richard. Oh, we got Jane and Miss Wolves. O'Malley in the house. Thanks for being here. Got Hazel this morning. Island Jen. Jonathan McD. Got all kinds of cool cats in the house this morning. Andrew C. is here. Hello, Andrew. Colin. Hello, Colin. Good to see you. Sorry, I was a tad bit late this morning. Something didn't mesh this morning, and I had some issues. I was confused about something, and it just didn't look right, and I was trying to figure out what didn't look right, and it turned out nothing was wrong, and I was overreacting. It's a much better day here today than it was the other day. We had a little rain the other day. Very, very clear skies overhead right now. A little bit of clouds over the mountains, but that's, as I always say, that's normal. So this should be the Melbourne flight. It's a 330 Qantas. Have to double check that here in a minute. Oh, bummer, family flying physician. Well, have a good time while you're here. Hopefully it's pleasure, not business. So that was the Melbourne flight. Yeah, no road trip today, Andrew. Sorry, today's gonna be a short day. It won't. Unfortunately, we won't be able to stay. we won't be able to stay through the A380 departure today. I apologize for that. I was hoping to take an afternoon off, but then I realized I actually have to work this afternoon as well. So I was hoping we'd done. Let's see, 4, 5. This will be 6 shows in 8 days, and I'm a little tuckered out. But I actually thought I was gonna be able to take the afternoon off. But I actually have to go to work this afternoon after the show. We're doing some server upgrades, and I have to prep the servers for the upgrade. And unfortunately, that's not the type of thing you can do when there's a lot of people in the building, so it has to be done today. In fact, it has to be done today, next weekend, and then 2 weekends from now. So, ugh. Hello, Martin. Good to see you. Thanks, Brandon. Our good friend Scott is back in the with a $2 super chat. Thank you very much. Oy. Scott's just throwing $2 bills at me lately. Thank you very much. All 5 this week. All right. Thank you for your support. I think I have one of your Pop-Tarts today. So thanks, Scott. Hope the kids are doing well. Yeah, Jonathan. I don't want to sound like I'm complaining. 2 things. I did it to myself, and I had a lot of fun. So I can't complain too much. If it sounds like I'm complaining, I'm not really complaining. I had a lot of fun this week. Night ops are always fun. And today is Guard Saturday. So that's kind of the reason we started off down here at this side, because there's a better than average chance that we're going to get some fighters today, because the first Saturday of the month is Air Guard, or National Guard Day here. Thanks, Mark. So, if you're not familiar with what that means, is if you're not from the United States, the National Guard is I don't know exactly how to explain it because I was never in the Guard, but they're kind of a subset of each branch. So you have your Army Guard, your Air Force, your Navy. I don't know if there's a Marine Guard. I'll have to look that up. But there is an Air Guard, and we're all familiar with them. They're the Hawaii Air National Guard. So most of them, there are full timers in the Guard, but a lot of them work 1 weekend a month, and then they do a 2-week thing every year, and then they're on call basically the rest of the time. So if the unit gets deployed, they go with them. So it's a big commitment out of your life, but it's not as big as being a full-time active duty soldier. So you can work a normal job or go to school and still be in the Guard. But what that means is every month they have a Guard weekend. So they bring all the National Guard members in, and they do training on that week. So usually part of that training is flight training, not pilots, but the ground crew mostly. So a lot of times we get flights on those. I think the pilots too. Yeah, I don't know why I said that. The pilots and the ground crew, they do a couple flights usually on the first Saturday, and they'll be all weekend. So That's a long way to wait. That's a long way to say we might get some fighters today. Hello, David. Good friend David Zeisting is in the house. Oops, I didn't mean to take that away. There we go. Happy Saturday, everyone. Well, happy Saturday back to you and Rebecca. Hope it's not too hot. I know it's starting to get hot there in the desert, so thank you very much for the $20 super chat. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate all your support. Apparently not, Brandon. Sorry, um, I was a little, yesterday was busy. Yesterday was crazy busy. Even though I didn't have a stream, it was still a busy work day, so I apologize I didn't get to it. I'll get to it after the show. So there's a flight coming in on the other side. We're going to try to get it. It's Aloha Air Cargo. It's coming in from Lehue. It's in this shot, but probably not very easily to be seen. So we'll flip over here. There it is right there. So Brandon brings up a good point. If you guys email me or message me on one of the socials and I don't get back to you right away, it's nothing personal. It's just I have, for the sake of my sanity, the only notification I have turned on my phone is my work email. And that may sound a little backwards, but work emails are important. Not that you're not. It's just I can't, because most of the time the social medias send me a message. It's junk. They send you messages to try to get you to open the app so you can see ads. So I have all the social medias. I have the messaging on my phone turned off so they can't send me a message, because I got tired of getting messages from Instagram telling me I have a notification, and you open it up and it's a suggested friend or a suggested story or something. So I just got tired of it all. So I turned all the notifications off. So that means to see your message, I actually have to open the app and go to the message tab. So sometimes it takes me a couple days to do that. So a couple planes lit up on the cargo ramp that are most likely going to come, or not cargo ramp, the terminal, that are most likely going to come down this side. So we have a Delta that is currently on the way. It is off to LA with the extra X. It's a 321. Then there's a San Francisco bound 777 that is also lit up. So we should get both of those down here in just a minute. Quack. Quack. So I hope everyone's doing well today. As I mentioned, it's going to be a short day. We're probably going to go to about the normal time we go to on the weekends. So somewhere around 10 o'clock. If things are interesting, we might push it till 10:30. But 10:30 is probably about as late as we're to go today. Um, like I said, I have to get to work. So it's only about an hour and a half worth of work today. So that's good. But I have to do it between other stuff. There's a lot of stuff. It's a juggling act. There's a lot of stuff going on. So even though there's less people at work today, there's still people at work today. So I have to do it between stuff. It's kind of a scheduling nightmare for an IT guy. Everybody wants you to keep the stuff up to date, but nobody wants you to give you the time to do it. All right, so that's that Delta that's on the way down here. So I don't have a schedule up for next week there. And in fact, I'm almost positive I forgot to put the schedule up for this week. I made it. I know I made it, but I don't think I posted it anywhere. So I apologize for that. It's just one of those weeks, I guess. But I should have a schedule up. We're probably going to do the normal Tuesday, Thursday, and then next Saturday, um, I have to figure stuff out again with the work thing. So keep an eye on the schedule. Keep an eye on the Instagram and the post section of YouTube, and I'll make sure I keep everyone updated. Because I know I hate to believe people hanging. So there's like no, that didn't work. So I debated putting this up today because it's going to be a short show. I'm glad I did because the sun came out very early out of the clouds and it's got very hot already. So I'm glad I put that up. Ooh, we have a KC-135 lit up. That's good. Thanks, Mark. John, thank you. Oh, there's that Delta right there. So you should be able to see it before it gets behind the ladder. There it is right there. So we had one queen come in already this morning that came in about 20 minutes before I was ready to go live. We should have another queen. The other one should be the big U. Should be the X Qatar. Hoku's already on the move. So it is being told to cross 8 left already. So we should get that tanker out here in just a minute. Hello, Mason. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well on this amazing Saturday. Hopefully tomorrow's this nice. Tomorrow is supposed to be a true day of relaxation for me. We're gonna go. We're gonna go to the water tomorrow and go out to the beach tomorrow. So we're gonna relax. So that 777 is on the move. It's almost about to make the turn to come down here. We have that 135 should be coming out of these trees any minute now. There it is. This is a Hawaii-based 135. You can tell by the HH on the tail and the yellow stripe at the top of the tail. The Hawaii has 3 air guard units based here, which is, from what I was told, is pretty rare to have 3. Sometimes you have 2, but most of the time you do not have 3. So they have 3 air guard units here. They have the air refueling, air mobility, and then the fighters. So the air refueling are all KC-135s. We do get KC-46s in here quite a bit, but they are not stationed here. The air mobility is all C-17s. We do get C-5s in here occasionally, but they are not based here. And then the fighter squadron is the 19th and the 199th. The 19th is the Air Force, traditional Air Force. The 199th is the Hawaii Air National Guard. We do get a lot of visiting fighters, but the only fighters based here are the F-22s. There's also a C-37 based here, but that's more to usher around the high muckamucks. think there's a little bit of a balance issue with the tripod. It keeps creeping up. Let's see what we can do about that. Okay, let's see how that is. That's maybe a little better. A10's here, Corey? Wow, I didn't even hear about that. Oh. Hey, Kelvin, good to see you. I love it when they use 4 right for heavies. I really do. I mean, you can't really see live stream wise. You can't really see the touchdown because it's behind the hangar. But if you're just taking pictures, there's a couple places you can go that you can sneak in and take a couple pictures of the touchdown. So I think they should give me an A10 instead of retiring it. Oh, we got H dot in the house. Hello, H dot. We have Sarah in the house. Hello, Sarah. I hope you're doing well. Hopefully, it's not as hot as it was the other day. Okay. I don't know what song that was, but I don't ever want to hear it again. Well, Mike, I don't like to victim blame, but if you live in South Florida, that's pretty much what you're asking for, right? It's like moving to Houston. You're asking for to live in a broiler. Of course, Houston, you're living in a broiler where someone's constantly spraying you with mist. Up in North Texas, where I lived, it was more of just a broiler. But at least I didn't have to deal with that much snow. Can't handle snow. I like visiting places with snow, though. I don't mind that because that means I don't have to shovel driveways and I don't have to salt the sidewalk and I don't have to do a bunch of stuff. But it's got a half gray nose cone. It almost looks like a bird beak. Hey, oh, okay. So they probably won't leave today. Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah, I guess he's on a little bit of vacation. Hello, Peter. Good to see you. Ah, that's good, Sarah. I'm glad to hear that. Florida man. 130 inches of. How is that even possible? That's crazy. 130 inches of snow. Ugh. Is that all you do is just shovel snow for 6 months? Alright, so we have a KC 135 lit up. Let's check on the A380. The A380 was, last I saw, was running close to on time. Dismiss that. I don't care about that. Oh, it's actually running a little late. That's unusual. 9:03 for the blue one today. So we got about an hour and a half or so ish, give or take. And then that I was mentioning earlier, we're getting the big U again today. That's the ex Qatar 747. That is actually in the air. It's coming from Louisville. It is scheduled to land at 9:52. What is that? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. We have a UPS. Oh, sorry, a FedEx in the air. Let's over here. So see if we can pick it up. There it is, right there. It's a 777. From this angle, it looks like it's going to head over to 8 left. The big U, O'Malley. The big U. Well, thanks everyone. Oops. Thanks everyone. Ooh. Squared. Is that 2 squares? Is that two squares squared? Does that make 4 squares? So you're gonna play a 4 square. I'm just riffing here. Oh. Jockeying for that first spot. So this is the pre-fence upgrade. This is the spot. That's the spot there. The spot that the black pickup truck's backing up into. That's the spot I always tried to get. But now you can see how high that fence is. It's 8 feet and change now. So you see, he's got a ladder in the back of a pickup truck. So I've already done my time on a ladder, so we're not going to do that again. So that's why we're see how much a little further back, and further back, I still had to raise the tripod up a little bit, but it gives us a much better angle on the fence. So you don't look through the fence. So if we zoom all the way in at the runway, so the fence when the plane comes down is really only covering the wheels a little bit. So it's not as bad. I was really, when they first announced that they were raising the fence, I thought streaming from down here was over, but it's not that bad. And even if you come as a regular photographer and you don't have a ladder, if you just come down here to visit and you don't have a ladder, there are some spaces where you can stand. You might not get the exact shot of being parallel with the plane, but you can catch it in the air if you stand. If you stand over on this curb over here, you can get a pretty good shot, or this curb right here, you can get a pretty good shot of it in the air. So what I'm really interested is I haven't been down here with the new fence for reverse ops yet. So still see how that's going to be, because usually they touch down a little further to the left, so we'll have to see how much that obstructs, but it's not that horrible. The next one coming in is the Southern Airways Express. It's a Cessna Grand Caravan EX. So the EX means it has the Corinthian leather. So that's a upgraded package. So that FedEx 777 that we saw in the air, well, it's still in the air, but it is now on the final. It is over Kapolei right now, so we'll get a good shot of it here in about a minute. We do have a Queen that is just coming over, well, not quite. It's almost to the other side of the island, so it's roughly about 35, 40 miles away or so. So it'll be coming over our head in just a minute. Hopefully they'll send that one to 4 right. So everybody get your 4 right pom-poms out and cheer the ATC to send it over to 4 right. This is our version of the All Blacks livery here. This is Mokulele Airlines, Southern Airway Express, but if they painted it all black. Little secret, I was told it's really blue. Somebody corrected me the other day and told me it was actually really just dark, dark, dark blue. But it's more fun to say the All Blacks livery. It's oh, look at that! Ms. Wolves found it. Yay! So, because of the generosity of our good friend Steve, he gifted some memberships this week. In fact, a whole bunch of memberships this week. So thank you, Steve, if you're here. But that pushed us over the level to get another emoji. So some people were asking for the props emoji. I hope I picked a good one. All right, so we have, let's see if we get both these in the same shot. So I'm going to pull out here in a second because we have an Aloha Air Cargo coming in on 4 right. I'm going to see if I can get them both in the same shot. Let's pull out a little bit here. Yeah, I think we might do it. Yeah, there you go. So about a year ago, I was standing over here taking actual just pictures. And the A380 was coming in on the other sides, just like that FedEx triple was just doing. And I was trying to get a picture of it with the mountain in the background. And I hit the shutter button just as a Cessna came through the shot and completely obscured the turtle. Ooh, an Aussie C-17 is pinging. That's good. Oh, yeah, I see that. Thanks, Corey. Oh, it is going on the long flight. I mean, I don't know how these guys are going to handle. I don't know how these. I hope they have 2 shifts of pilots in there because this is going to be the longest flight I've ever heard of a C-17. I mean, can C-17s aerial refuel? They might have to do it a couple times for this flight. It is going all the way over to Kapolei. So that's got to be, what is that, as the crow flies, a 1-minute flight? So that is going, I mean, we could literally see the airfield over here. The airfield's right over here. It's just on the other side of those trees right there. So this next C-17 is going from here to just past those trees. Oh, sorry. That's not it's not the Aussie one. It's the U.S. one, but it's going from here to just past those trees. All right, we're gonna see if we can get that Queen overhead. Don't see it yet. There's some clouds behind me, so I don't see it quite yet. Oh, sorry, I don't have time to watch Sal right now. I don't know what you expect me to do with that information. I hear him now. Where's she at? Ah, there she is. Alright, so there she is. Somebody stole a Honda Fit. What? I didn't know there was a. Is there a aftermarket? I didn't. Is there a weird aftermarket parts thing for Honda Fits? I didn't. I didn't realize that. We have a Josh Aldrich sighting. Hello, Josh. All right, looks like we have. I don't think that one's gonna come this way, but we do have Hawaiian Flight 10 lit up. That'll all come out of here. That's a 330. Ooh, ooh, stop that. That Queen is gonna go 8 left. That's unfortunate. But So if you're new here, you have no idea. H dot, I have no idea what that is. So if you're new here, my name is Patrick. The channel's Reverse Ops. We're a aviation and Dole Whip channel based out of Honolulu, Hawaii. Our home airport is Daniel K. Inouye International Airport, named after the late senator from the territory and state of Hawaii. It is located 3 or 4 miles west of downtown Honolulu on the south shore of the island of Oahu. On the eastern end of the Hawaii archipelago, about 6 hours from anywhere, almost dead center in the middle of the Pacific. We usually do 3 shows a week here, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. The Saturday show is usually longer than the other 2. It's the weekday shows I have to get to work. Unfortunately, today we're not going to go super long. We're going to go till about 10 o'clock or so. Because unfortunately on a Saturday, I still have to go to work today. So that's unfortunate, but we're going to have some fun while we're here. Yeah, I know we're not seeing a bunch of airplanes right now. That'll change right pretty quick in the 8 o'clock hour. That's when things start to get busy around here. If you're having a good time and enjoying the chat, hit that like button. If you'd like to do this again with us, hit that subscribe button. Both of those are easy ways to help the channel out. There are some other ways to help the channel out, but I won't bore you with that. There's memberships and the shop and reverseopshop.com, things like that. I won't bore you with the big long spiel. I know everyone's tired of being asked for money, so I won't think. But if you do happen to want to help out a little bit, there are ways. And the easiest way to find all those ways is head on over to reverseops.com/findme. That's an easy way to find not just ways to support the channel, but links to the social medias, Instagram, Discord, and Facebook. If you're a channel member, there's a special Discord section just for you. So head on over to reverseops.com/findme. Thanks, everybody. Good morning, John. Oh, we got Fred in the house. Hello, Fred. Thank you very much, Robert Ells. Robert has joined us at the 717 Inter-Island Traveler level. Enjoy all the comfort of the 717 as you zip between the islands. The seats in economy do not recline, but you're never really in the air long enough to notice. Somebody will be by with your pog drink soon. Thank you, Robert. Ah, hello, Rainbow Love. Alright, so we should have a 717 popping around this corner here in just a second for our good friend Robert. Oh, I'm sorry. I need glasses, or better glasses, because I swear I thought that was a 717, but it's a 737. It's Aloha Air Cargo. It's okay. Something's making a lot of noise over my right shoulder. Let's see if we can figure out what that is. It is it's a Gulfstream 4. Usually the smaller ones make the most noise, from what I understand. Come on, focus, focus. Yeah, John, it's a Gulfstream 4. I only know that because of flight radar. They all kind of look the same to me. Our good friend Scott is back again. Thank you very much, Scott. $5 super chat says, much mahalo, Patrick. I'm off to work. Very proud to support the People Streamer. Well, thank you very much for all your support. I hope work goes okay today. Thank you very much, Lisa L. Welcome. 25th floor in Salt Lake. It must have a great view over there. Alright, so we have the United on the way down there. It's the Measure flight. It just asked for a few minutes, so they're going to let the Gulfstream cut in front of it, and it's going to hold short of Romeo. We do have that C-17 Manu 1-2 heading down behind it, so we'll see how that goes. That's going for that really long flight of maybe about 10 miles across the mouth of Pearl Harbor. Hello, Wanderlust. Good to see you. Oh, Jack. Oh, you're heading off to Vegas today. see you out here in just a few minutes then. Probably, what, about 20 minutes? Yeah, about 20 minutes, I guess. Gonna make Jen jealous. Let's see what. 8 miles. I was actually overstating it. It's actually 8 miles from here to John Rogers Field. So John Rogers Field is over. I guess it's technically Kapolei, but it's south of Kapolei in my mind. It's along the beach. It is a former Army air base, and now it is Coast Guard with some general aviation over there. They tried commercial aviation out there, but it just didn't catch. What was the name of that? What was the name of that solar plane that went around the world a couple of years ago? 7 or 8 years ago. Anybody know the name of that solar plane that went around the world a couple of years ago? We saw that out there at John Rogers Field. It stopped here in. It stopped here on its way and had battery issues, so it was actually stuck at Kalialoa. There you go. Kalialoa is actually the name of not Kapolei. Even though it's listed Kapolei on all the apps. Death Trap 1. Solar Impulse 2. There we go. Thank you, Josh. It got stuck here for a while because it had battery issues, and so they opened the viewing to the public, so you can go out there and talk to the crew and see the plane. It was actually really cool. It's really neat. But if you lived in Hawaii or for any stretching amount of time, there's like 8 names for almost everything. There's the city name. There's the region name. Take for instance Makakilo. Makakilo is a city, but it has no government. It has no city council. Of course, they all have just city boards. They don't have city councils anyway. But anyway, but it's part of Kapolei. So if you live in Makakilo and you send an email or a mail to someone there, you address it Kapolei. It's the same thing with if you live in Waikele or Waipio, you have to put Waipahu on your mail. So by the postal service, it's probably. I'll shut up now. Alright, so I was gonna try to follow him all the way over there, but it looks like he's gonna take the scenic route, so uh the ops truck out there now. I wonder if there's something wrong. Yeah, it looks like he's gonna take the scenic route around the islands and not go straight there. Hello, Reinhardt. Good to see you. All right, Jack. Have a good flight. Hope you come up all sevens or whatever your game is. Captain Mickey, I don't think Mickey Mouse. I don't think I'll be here that late. I have some work I need to get to at my real job. So usually on a normal Saturday we would probably still be here, but I actually have some stuff I need to do. So we're gonna end a little early today. Oh, I guess nothing's wrong. There we go. Brad, if it was touch and goes, would they list JFR as or JRF as the destination, or would they list it back here? I don't know how that works. Alright, so here's Hawaiian Flight 6. There's an ops car doing a run down the runway. So it'll be just a second. They're gonna. If you're on the left side of the plane, John, give us a wave. Hopefully the Starlink works well for you. So the next one out is Hawaiian Flight 10. It is heading off to LA with the Extra X. Hello, CB. Alright, we got a half a second here. We do have a 717 coming in. That's about a minute out. It's coming in from Hilo. While it's doing that, I'm going to grab a drink of water, though. I'll be right back. I will not miss the plane. Alright, so the next one coming down here is will be a Maui bound, or coming in from Maui, sorry, 717. Okay, so sorry, I was trying something because we're gonna get a southwest departure on the other side. I was trying to see if we can set up something so we might be able to see that. Seems like they're sending a lot of stuff to that side, so we're gonna see if we can do a little trickery and see what this does. So, okay, yeah, okay, this might work. This might work. Feeling like Walt here with like all the cameras. All right. Oh. All right. And we got a couple of adjustments with that, and we'll see how it goes. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Let's see if that gets a little shorter. That gets shorter? Nope, that doesn't get any shorter. Okay. Perfect. Fun times. We added another camera to the mix, so you see if we can see that. Where's the pat cam? So here, so this is the normal camera, is up here. Then we have the pat cam right here. Then we have a new camera right here to try to get those departures off the other runways. We're gonna have to tweak the placement a little because I brought the short cord, but so we can get some more departures off the other runway off this camera. So, and for instance, there is a 321 that's heading off to Seattle right now. So let's see if we can get it. That needs to go there. That's annoying. There it is right there. Alright, this, that tripod head isn't as smooth as the other one, so we'll have to take that into account. We have another one going out over there. Alright, so let's go back to that camera. So we can find it over there. There it is. Alright. Not bad. A little different perspective. Just in case, you know, won't show every departure over there unless there's nothing going on over here, but just gives us little options when they send something interesting down on that side, so that's good. That Southwest we just saw is heading off to Vegas. There's one behind it that's heading off to San Jose, so we'll see which runway that is. I just heard a second ago the Coletta Air. He thought he was talking to departure or departure clearance, but he was talking to tower. So we should be getting the Coletta here in just a bit. So if there's any future live streamers or future videographers of planes, I'm going to give you a little piece of free advice here. There's something I learned when I did a lot of astrophotography, and I didn't transfer it over to videography like I should have. So when you start with astrophotography, everybody says, "Oh, what camera do I need? What telescope do I need? Do I need the biggest telescope, or do I need the wide field telescope, or do I need a dedicated astro camera? Can I use my DSLR? Can I use my mirror?" Everybody wants to know about the optics and the camera. And every time someone asks that question, the first thing every seasoned astrophotographer would tell them is, don't worry about the optics or the camera at first. Get the best mount you can. Get the absolute best mount you can afford. And then save up a little more and get the next one up. Get the best mount you can possibly get. And the reason behind that is the mount plays so much in astrophotography. It plays such a crucial part to how well your pictures are going to come out. How steady the shot is, how well it handles the load you put on it, how well it tracks. So it really has a lot to do with how well the picture is going to come out. We got another twofer there. And I kind of listened to that advice with the astrophotography. I went with a good mount and then a wide field telescope at first. But I didn't do that when I started doing video. I didn't think about that when I started doing video. I kept trying to get the cheapest video tripod head I could that I thought, oh, it'll work. It's not that big a deal. And then I finally got a good video head, and it just changed everything. I'm still not the best panner in the world. I'm not trying to say that, but it's so much different between the pan on the one with the main camera's on and the pan the one the other camera's on. It's so much different. So invest your money in a good tripod head and a good stable tripod. Don't cheap out, because you're just going to frustrate yourself. So the next one coming in should be a Northern Air Cargo on the other side. It's a 737. Then we should start getting the heavies from Japan. Then we'll have a Tokyo 330. And then about 35 minutes from now, we'll have our first A380. I think it's the only one today. It's the blue one. We're getting very close to going back to 2 a day, 7 days a week. They've had the A380s in heavy maintenance in China, so they've been rotating one to China to do the heavy maintenance. And the blue and the green one are done. They're just waiting on the orange one to get back, and then we'll go back to 2 flights a day every day. Currently, the second flight is 3 days a week. So it's supposed to be the middle of June when they go back to 2 a day every day. Take care, John. We'll see you later. Yeah, landscape photography too. That's a good point. 'Cause that's most landscape photographers aren't hand holding the camera. So if you have a good stable mount, it really does improve everything. It might not be, like, wow, that's so much better than that picture, but the frustration level is so. Your frustration level will go down if you get a better tripod and a better video head, or a better tripod head, or for when I do landscape photography, I have a what's called a geared head, where it has a 3-axis knobs on it, where you can do uh, 3 different axes of rotation. So you can go rotate horizontally, vertically, and then diagonally to get everything lined up. Because nothing drives me more nuts than a landscape picture where the horizon line's all wonky. Ah, Ken. So is this Ken? Is this flight 2? I think Ken's on. Ken's doing a 2-stop trip to get back here today from Pittsburgh. Steven, that sounds like a negative statement, but that's actually a very positive statement. Working slower sometimes can be much more beneficial. Yeah, Ken is coming back from Pittsburgh, and I think he's got 2 stops. Pittsburgh is a weird. I tried to get to Pittsburgh once from here. It's a weird thing. You either have to go way out of the way to get 2 stops, or 1 stop, or you have to go more direct to get, and you have 2 stops. It's like a weird funnel of a location. That Coletta we were talking about earlier is lit up, and so is the United heading off to LA with the extra X. Northern Air Cargo should be close enough now where we can see it. Oh yeah, there it is. It is right there. Oh, Brad, I meant to say something a couple of about 20 minutes ago when you mentioned Tacomas. Is Brad still in the house? So I came up with a game you play here in Hawaii when you're driving around. Every time you see a Tacoma, you start counting, and you count until you see another Tacoma. My record is 7. So I got to 7 before I had to restart counting. I think there's I think there's 10 Tacomas in this parking lot by itself. Oh, nice, Steven. That's a bucket list shot for sure. I haven't done any Milky Way shots in a long time because, spend a lot of time doing this, to be honest. But that's my favorite thing. I like deep space. I like doing some. I never got into planets because I don't have the right equipment for a planet photography. But I love wide field and I love Milky Way stuff. So U-2, all right. Um, uh, U-2 is probably going to go the other runway. I didn't hear him. I'll tell you what Kelvin, you know what I'm seeing the most of lately is those RAV4s. Like if you just look at newer stuff, like within the last couple of years, I think the RAV4, which makes sense because it's the largest, it's the most selling uh, car in America. It beat out the F-150. Hello, Jal123. Ah, Josh has a RAV4. He's part of the revolution. There's a nice Z06 right over here. So there is a 135 coming out this way. Should be coming through the trees any second. Corey was saying that a U-2 called in, but I haven't heard him say dragging over the thing. Corey, is it going in or out? Oh. H dot, usually we don't have any pollution, but sometimes we get a little haze. Usually the actual air pollution is very low. But we do get some haze every once in a while up in the mountains. And then we get what's called VOG here, VOG. So on the Big Island, which is about 100 miles away, there is a very active volcano right now, Kilauea, and it spits up a lot of stuff into the air. Let's get you in focus. There we go. So the VOG is the stuff that the volcano spits into the air. And what will happen is the wind will push it this way, and the sea breezes will keep it locked on the land. Um, it's very low right now, but a couple of weeks ago it was really bad. It looked like London fog around here. Very nasty to breathe. Next one out here is that United, and then Coletta is actually going down Bravo, so it's going to take the long way around, but it'll be out here just a minute. Ah, yes. Seen some galaxies lately. Thanks, Meg. John, that's what I hear. I didn't see them personally, but I hear 3 came in. Hi, thanks everyone for hanging out today. It's been a lot of fun so far. Got a Coletta Queen making her way down. Bravo should be over here in just about a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Uh, our good friend Corey said he heard Dragon over the clearance delivery channel, so hopefully we're going to get a U-2. Keep an eye out for that. It's going to probably go out on the other runway, so hopefully we can catch that because it's kind of behind us. And then we have the A380, which is currently about, I thought it was about less than a half an hour away. Yeah, it's just passing over the island of Kauai right now, so it's less than a half an hour away. So those are all we got. We'll show the, we'll go back to this channel and then we'll put the air nav radar. So you can see that A380 is now 4th for arrival, landing in 19 minutes, a little quicker than I thought. Then we'll have a couple more from Japan, and then we should have the Sydney flight. That'll be a Dreamliner today. That Coletta there is taxiing at the bottom. So, some cool stuff to look forward to. We're going to bring it over to the trees, wait for that Coletta to come down. So it's actually on Juliet now, so we should be getting it through the trees in just a minute. Oops. Bumped that with my shoulder. There's a Southwest coming up from the south. That should be landing on 4 right. It's coming in from Kailua Kona.
Dragon A2, Honolulu Tower, roger. And runway left, taxi Alpha, hold short, runway left and landing traffic.
Alright, so Dragon 8 is actually going to go out 8 left, so I will do my best. Alright, so the U-2 is, sorry, I keep saying Dragon. I'm not sure if everyone knows what I mean. The Dragon is the call sign for the U-2. So it should be taxiing, I don't know if that dot might be it on the ADS-B exchange, but it is, Dragon is the call sign for a U-2, so it is actually taxiing to the other runway. So it's going to leave 8 left. So I will do my best to get it, but we're kind of facing the wrong direction, so we'll see. Maybe I can go handheld. Maybe we'll try to go What are you giving me that look for? Mrs. Reverse Ops is giving me the, I don't know, look. I don't know. Maybe we'll try to do handheld for the U-2. How about that? Why don't you bring that up with the Air Force, Josh? We'll see if they do it. All right, so we have a Southwest that'll come in before Coletta leaves, I'm gonna make a couple of things so we can probably go handheld. I'm gonna try to go handheld for the U-2. So I'm gonna make a couple of changes to the sunshade. Hold on one second. Mrs. Reverse Ops is too worried about my safety. Exactly. I'm gonna be off mic because I can't do both. The mic cord's not long enough. They're currently moving on to the runway, so it takes them a few minutes to get things ready. As soon as I hear departure clearance, I will go handheld. we got a queen. Look at that. We got a U-2 right to a queen. All right, so it sounds like we're going to get the Australian C-17 on the way down here. It's just started its taxi out of Hickam. So how'd the handheld camera action work? Oh, I like all the U-2 emojis in the chat. We should be getting that Aussie C-17 through the trees here in just a second. So we'll flip over here while I readjust the sunshade. Hello, Wellington Flights Live. Kevin's in the house. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. You guys haven't haven't had the pleasure yet, head on over to Wellington Flights Live and all kinds of cool stuff down there. Lots of stuff we don't see here. Lots of Dash 8s and stuff. It's a pretty fun show, so check him out. Ooh, the C-37 is also taxiing. All right. Oh, John just spotted the A380, so we should be getting close to that. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it's just off the coast now.
Magnum 10 traffic, no factor, landing south of the entering risk, Rainbow departure for shoreline. And chemical. Rainbow 8, cross all the runways, landing south of the entering risk, magnitude being bound from the Poly and Rainbow departure for shoreline. Cross all the runways, south from the
What's the olive drab SUV in the rear? In the view near you. Olive drab SUV. Oh, this one here? That's a Toyota. I forget the name of that one. It's a Toyota. Usually they're some really bright color and white. I don't see too many that are. I don't see too many that are all one color. Somebody probably in the chat will know what that Toyota is. I know it's a Toyota. Alright, so the A380 is on a 10-mile final. The Aussie C-17 is still holding at the Hickam ramp to come out. They'll say they're going to send a few Hawaiians in front of it. We'll see where they go. Alright, so apparently the Aussie C-17 is having clearance problems. So we'll see what happens with that. FJ, yeah, there we go. FJ Cruiser, sorry. Very early in the show. In fact, so early I think I missed it. Jonathan McD gifted one reverse ops membership. He's got a gift of sneaking in these memberships, and I don't see them. I don't know what his he's got some talent to sneak in these gifted memberships, and I somehow I missed them. I do apologize, Jonathan, but thank you. What is Blaze 31? That's the C-37, I believe. All right, so Blaze 31, I think it's a C-37. Yes, it is. Another C-17 lit up over there too. Okay, I see the A380 now, so we're gonna ignore that 717 for now. We're gonna take the A380. JAL 123. If you're talking about the noise, that was a rather new Corvette Z06. He is currently violating a few laws going down Lagoon Drive right now. Alright, that Hawaiian there was heading off to Kailua Kona. The one behind it is going to head off to Lehue. And then there's a southwest there as well heading off to Hilo. So those are the next two on the reef runway. Looks like the C-37 might be behind them. Still hasn't come out of the trees yet. I think I was wrong on Blaze. Blaze might be something else. Oh. Okay, Blaze. I was wondering why that sounded familiar. Now I know what Blaze is. There we go. We got two F-22 Raptors coming in behind the Southwest. And then we have a Rainbow Love gifting a Reverse Ops membership. So thank you very much, Rainbow Love. Rainbow is our triple threat mod. So thank you very much. Ah, that was horrible, sorry. Alright, so let the recipient of that is James. Please join me in thanking Rainbow Love. Really appreciate it. So I only see two right now, but 2's better than 0. So we have the 2 F-22s here. And then we have the C-37 there. Looks like Mango 6.5, which is the C-37, is going to pass the 22s and leave first. Junko, there's no real schedule. There's kind of a pattern. Saturdays are the least. Saturdays and Sundays are the least days you'll see them. The only Saturday you really see them is the first Saturday of the month, and that's not every first Saturday. It's only occasionally. So that plane there is used by the high muckamucks at Hickam to either go yell at somebody or go get yelled at by somebody. So usually your best bet to see them is between 7 and 10 during the week. But there's no schedule, so it's just kind of hit or miss. But Saturdays, they only come out on the first Saturday of the month. But it's not every first Saturday of the month. So apparently there's some traffic over there on where the Raptors come out, and the ATC was talking to the Raptor about how to get around the traffic, and he's like, just do whatever you got to do. He's like trying to tell him, and he's like, just do whatever you got to do. Flyer KG has come in with a $5 super chat. Thank you very much. Says, greeting Reverse Ops members and friends. I'd like to send a big thank you to my gifted members. You're quite welcome. I didn't have anything to do with it, but I'll say you're welcome anyway. Whoa. Whoa. But thank you for the super chat. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. This 717 here is coming in from Maui. It's going to be low departures, maintain 5,000, so no hang 10. I hope everyone's hearing is okay after that. Oh boy, that was loud. We have more F-22s coming out. So I see at least 2, 3. I see 3. So let's get a little closer to them. Not quite ready for the Pop-Tart game yet. Almost. He said a flight of 3, but I see 4.
Flight of 3, Fahrenheit case up, runway right, clear for takeoff, change to departure, maintain 5,000. Tower Open 65 is over to east. Open 65 has been on tower, crossway turbulence, heavy 787, 2-mile final. Traffic on 4 holding for you, runway left, clear to land. Runway left, clear to land, we'll look up for the traffic on 65. 573, turn left on Bravo. Taxi via Juliet, runway right. That's not Bravo, taxi via Juliet, right, Bravo. Go back to right, Delta, contact road.
So I see 2 more, 3 more, 4 more. We're going to show today. So there's 5 over there, I think. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we got one moving already. one more down there. Yeah, Andrew C. From what I understand, the Air Force forbids that nowadays. Alright, so I think I think it's one more F-22. I don't know what he's waiting on, but there's a C-17 coming up behind him. I think that's that Australian C-17. And then there's another C-17 up on the ramp, but it has not... Oh no, the Australian C-17 I think has moved. Oh, there's two of them. Oh, there's one showing up at the hazardous hard ramp, and then there's one in front of me. So I don't know if there's two or just a anomaly. This is a Australian C-17. I don't know what the other one's doing. All the photographers getting on their cars. Oh, is that why I was having issues? Oh, wow. That might be why I was having issues. Hey, Navy Jack, good to see you. Yeah, Heath in the house. Hello, Heath. Alright, so it looks like this 22 is doing something. Let's see what it's doing. Oh, okay, so he is leaving. that's all the F-22s. I don't see any more. I do see another tanker and 2 more C-17s up there, though. Next arrival on 4 right is coming in from Hilo. It's a 717. We also have a 330 on the far end. Oh, that's not a 330. That's Hawaiian Flight 1. So we'll take that as opposed to the. Well, I might be able to get both actually. We do have a 717 coming in on this side. So we're going to take it for just a second. Because we also have Hawaiian Flight 1 coming in on the other side. That is a Dreamliner. And we're going to focus on that because Alaska is stealing our Dreamliners. And we want to feature those as many times as we can. There it is in the background. So Alaska Airlines is stealing our Dreamliners. Apparently they're going to send them to Rome. So that's a RAF truck. That's over from Hickam. And you may be asking yourself, well, you can't really see it there, but it does say U.S. Navy on the back. So you're maybe asking yourself, why is there a U.S. Navy fire truck on an Air Force base, or even on an airport? Well, several years ago, Hickam Air Force Base and Pearl Harbor Naval Base used to be 2 separate entities. About half a dozen or a dozen years ago, I can't remember how long it is, they did a base consolidation where they took bases that were in close geographic vicinity and made them one entity so they could eliminate certain things where there was duplicates between the two. So the two bases became Joint Base Pearl Harbor Hickam. So one of the things they kept was the Navy Fire Department and got rid of the Air Force one. Alright, so that drink I was talking about a few minutes ago, I have completely forgot to get. So let me go get that. I'll be right back. Hi, this is Asia Pacific. It's heading off to Pago Pago. The one behind it is heading off to Everett. It's a Challenger 605 3R. The 3R means it has the Corinthian leather package. That's a rare option on that plane. But ignore all that because it is time to play America's fastest growing game show. Soon to be optioned for a primetime slot on the Dumont network. Hosted by Emilio Estevez. You know it, you love it. It's time to play. What flavor of Pop-Tart is Patrick eating today? Remember, this is an exhibition. No wagering, please. We might get back-to-back Aussie departures again. We had back-to-back Aussie departures the other day. We might get that again today. So we had a lot of good guesses today. We went back to the basics today. We went old school, OG flavor. Where is the guess? Ah, here we go. So the OG flavor we went back to today is frosted strawberry. Oh, you gotta take this out for a second. Frosted strawberry. So thank you everyone for playing. Congratulations to our good friend Gabriel. You get bragging rights for the next week. Alright, so it is a kangaroo show here today, right here. That's not towards you, Gabriel. That wasn't directed at you. We have a Aussie C-17. We have a Qantas 330, and then we have a. Where did that go? I thought we had another Qantas coming in, but I guess not. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Ignore what I just said. I thought we were gonna have 3 Qantases, but it's only 2 Qantases. Or 2 Australians. Sorry, I'm in a Pop-Tart haze here. You have to excuse me. So congratulations, Gabriel. Tune in next week for another episode of What Flavor of Pop-Tart is Patrick eating today? Pickled onion, huh? Steve? That's disgusting. Alright, so we gotta have back-to-back Aussies. Wonder who will get back first. We have this one. First one is a C-17. The second one's a C-30. 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 An A330. Okay. Apparently not. Alright, so the C-17 is not going to go. At least not going to go right now. They got a takeoff config warning light, so come around to Romeo 3 and then head back to the holding point until they could figure out how to fix that. So the horse on the tail of the Australian Air Force C-17s is to signify strength. Just something they do. So airframes productions. The Aussie C-17s do have a horse on the tail. I don't know if we will see that until it gets closer to us, but it does have a horse. Oh, there you go. It does have a horse on the tail. It's my understanding it's to signify strength. I don't know how it got to be there. I don't know who put it there. It's like everything else I know. I know just enough to hold a 3-second conversation about it. Robert, I haven't seen any today. There was some here a week and a half ago or so. We had 2 Aussie MRTTs about a week and a half ago or so. All right, take care, Mick. We'll see you later. Hey, no sweat. No sweat airframe production. So that I think that C-17 is going to wait on a 717 that's coming in. It's pretty darn close. We're going to try to get both of these. So this is the big U coming in. It's a former Qatar Airways 747. Now it belongs to UPS. So it used to be the big Q. Now it's the big U. Alright, so in a second we should get the UPS coming up from behind this building.
Still keep we stop here for 1 second. That's 2210 Roger. Hold short of taxiway Romeo. Hold short, taxiway Romeo. That's right. Magnum 10, 4 down. Magnum 10, hold of the East Consulate. East Consulate, Magnum 10. Challenger and Magnum 10, follow the UPS 7747 to Southwest 7th Street, and will follow you.
It will follow the UPS 61, etc.
And get this report for your break. Could take off with 060 and 10 Pacific.
Thank you, H-Dot.
Challenger 9, Professor Abrams, loud and wait.
FedEx triple on the way down here as well. I don't know what it is about these little ones that I always have trouble with. It's probably because they're going at a slightly different angle. They have a much steeper rollout. Rollout? Rotation. Maybe that's what it is. A little steeper. So there's a Southwest stopped on Juliet over there. I wonder what he's waiting on. We can just barely see him through the fence there. There he is. He just stopped on Juliet. Trying to get one of his navigation computers to align, so that's probably pretty important.
November 36 Golf Sunlight Delta contact route.
Alright, so I think, let's see, let's put up this thing just to make sure I don't miss. I hate ending the show. Oop, there we go. I hate ending the show just to watch a Queen go right over my head. But I'm not seeing anything. There's a FedEx triple heading this way. It's heading off to Auckland. It's on Bravo right now. But I don't see anything coming in that's super worth waiting for. That ANA is nice, but it's not a special livery. The UPS has already landed. So I think we're going to call the FedEx triple our last plane of the day. Normally on a Saturday show we stay a little longer, but I have to do some work today, and I have to cram it in a window between two things that are happening. So have to run off to work after this. We will be back Tuesday, Thursday of next week at our same Pat time, same Pat channel. Alright, so he is ready to go. They told him to line up and wait, so he'll show up on the other side of this guard shack here in a second. He's got another Southwest coming up behind him, and then we should have the triple. There he is. Sarah, at least she was drunk and belligerent on the ground. I would have hated to have to. I mean, it's as bad as going back to the gate is. Having to divert or come back to the same airport would be even worse. So, at least she was belligerent on the ground. You're quite welcome, Mike. Thanks for being here. Okay, there we go. Southwest heading off to Kailua Kona. Alcohol belligerent passengers unknown though. next one on the reef runway is also going to be a southwest. And then we'll have the FedEx. The other one's going off to Maui. Not just Hawaii's. Not just Hawaii's most dangerous mud crew, the world's most dangerous mud crew. Yeah. I read speaking of that, Sarah, I read a thing the other day. I think it was Delta said they were going to start a policy of holding more planes when they know they have a lot of connectors coming from other flights that are late. So if a plane has a lot of passengers on it that are coming from other flights that are late, they're going to delay those flights departures. I don't know what that means to people who are on that flight that have a connecting flight, but because it was getting too expensive to rebook those flights for all those people. So they're trying to hold more flights to allow passengers on late flights to make it. Now that doesn't help you if you're a late flight and you still stop at Starbucks in the terminal and you're still late. That doesn't help. But of course, I also read a thing about Delta that we're going to start charging more on certain routes for single passengers. That's so single flyers pay more, kind of like a double occupancy cruise. I don't know how I feel. I don't like that. I don't like that. Me and Mrs. Reverse Ops fly solo a lot, and if they're charging more for a solo, I'll go to another airline. Now, on a cruise, I can understand the double occupancy charge because they're not going to throw another single person in a cabin with you that you don't know. But they'll stick someone I don't know right next to me on a plane, so why should I have to pay more? Flyer KG, he might have a little pull. Alright, so I think that's probably got to be it for today. Unfortunately, I know I'd much rather be hanging out with you guys for the rest of the afternoon than going to work, but you got to do what you got to do, right? So, thanks everyone today. We saw a tremendous load of cool things. We saw so many fighters, so many C-17s. We saw an U-2 earlier in the show, so if you missed that, I don't remember what time that was, but we had a U-2 departure off 8 left. So if you don't know, U-2 is a military reconnaissance / spy plane. So it's well worth going back, taking a look at that. That was pretty cool. You can check out my good handheld camera action on that one because it was behind us. Saw some Queens, saw a Super Heavy. It's a good day in Honolulu today. The weather was perfect. The chat was perfect. The mods were here and great. So thanks everyone. It's been a lot of fun. I'm going to play my little outro video here to thank my upper level members. It's a little longer today, thanks to our good friend Steve. But thanks everyone. It's been a lot of fun. So a reminder, we'll be back here on Tuesday morning. I'm going to drop a link to the Reverse Ops shop in the chat there if you want to head on over there. It's been a lot of fun. Oh, I sped this up too fast. Okay, that's going too fast. I'm going to have to slow this down a little bit next time. It's cooking right along. All right, we'll have to slow this down a little bit for the next show, but it's cooking by, isn't it? Oh. Oh wait, hold on a second. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere, everybody. Hold on. Don't bail out on me yet. We might have a F-22 in the overhead. Hold on. Where's he at? I'd like to thank my that's slowed down. Kirsten, Ms. Wolves, Rainbow Love, Sydney, Brad, Josh, O'Malley, and Jane, the world's most dangerous mod crew. I think he just said Mai Tai. Yeah, we got an F-22 coming in the overhead, so we'll take one of the F-22s coming into land, and then we'll get out of here. So see if we can find it in the air over here. So it should be coming in right in these clouds here. So we'll take one of these F-22 arrivals, then we'll get out of here. Where are you, you little bugger? Right. Ah, there he is. See him there? There he is. Ooh. Oh, I lost him. There he is. My hand's not used to going this direction. So what they're doing is called an overhead brake maneuver. Basically, they come in at a higher elevation than a normal arrival. They'll do a complete 360 over the airfield, and then they'll come at a very steep final into land. It's done for two reasons. The first is for operational safety in a hazardous environment. They could gives them a chance to look at the runway before they land on the runway. And the second is it does a little bit for noise in the neighborhoods around here. Since they're coming in at a little higher elevation, the noise is less over the neighborhoods around. So it's a twofer. Alright. Alright, we'll see y'all later. That was fun. That was real fun. Alright, take care everyone. We'll see you next time. Be happy, have a good rest of your weekend, have a good Sunday. I know I'm gonna have a Sunday at the beach, so it should be a good Sunday for me to relax. Have a great couple days. We'll see you back here on Tuesday morning. Most likely from the other end, we'll catch two A380 arrivals on Tuesday morning. Be happy. Be good to each other. Alright, aloha everyone.